Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday the Grand Mullah Ahmednasir Abdullahi Senior Council offered one of the best unsolicited advices anyone would give to President William Samoei Arap Ruto. But I'm not so sure whether that unsolicited advice by Senior Council can actually apply. Because according to Ahmednasir Abdullahi, William Samoei Arap Ruto should actually cut Rigathi Gachagua to size before it's late. And I'm 100% sure that the tweet by Ahmednasir Abdullahi was occasioned by this particular clip.
Apostle also, I've listened to your sermon and it's very enriching. I want to thank you. But two issues that I've taken home, many have taken, but two, that all of us, and I think me more, must start walking with the wise and stop hanging around with fools. It's a good message, isn't it? I've heard. And you'll see. Secondly, the good apostle has told us to be praying, and all of you should, and I think I more every day. Pray to the Lord every day to connect me with the right people. To help deliver my destiny. Connect me with the right people to help me deliver my. I think that is my take home.
Now let us go through that tweet. Then at the end of it, I want us to look at the options which are available, whether Rigathi Gachagua can resign or not, and of course the mistakes which William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, is currently committing. And just like I keep on telling you, by the time William Ruto will be waking up from his slumber, someone else would be the President of the Republic of Kenya. Let us go through that tweet. That tweet was made yesterday. This is what Ahmednasir Abdullahi is posting. His Excellency Ruto must learn from the mistakes of His Excellency Uhuru. Just like His Excellency Uhuru made many costly mistakes and was extremely clumsy in addressing the open rebellion by the Open Rebellion Office Deputy William Ruto. Then, His Excellency William Ruto must not make the same mistakes all over again. Now, according to Ahmednasir Abdullahi, Uhuru Kenyatta, made certain mistakes when he was the president. And the mistakes were costly. And he failed to address them. I agree with him. Uhuru Kenyatta committed several political mistakes along the way. Let us proceed. Yes, the deputy president can't be fired by the president under 2010 constitution, but that is not a license for him to disparage, abuse, and undermine his boss. So which means, according to Ahmednasir Abdullahi, the deputy president is undermining the president. In short, Ahmednasir Abdullahi is agreeing that when Uhuru Kenyatta was the president, William Ruto was undermining him. Now, William Ruto is the president. Rigathi Gachagua is also undermining him, which is okay. Let us proceed. Unlike Uhuru, Ruto has viable options to remove Rigathi through the parliament process of impeachment. What is he suggesting here? That Uhuru Kenyatta did not have options, but for William Ruto, he must initiate impeachment process against Rigathi Gachagua. For me, I don't think Rigathi Gachagua can actually be impeached by the president, because the numbers at the moment, I doubt if those numbers are there. He's saying, unlike Uhuru, Ruto, for the time being, has the numbers in parliament. Of course, I agree. Ruto can consolidate his numbers, then add the ones in Azimio. Rigathi will go home. He has the numbers. But Uhuru Kenyatta maybe did not have numbers, because William Ruto was able to, by the time Uhuru Kenyatta realized, it was already late and is proceeding. Of course, removing Gachagua brings to the fore many problems for Ruto. But just like Uhuru made mistakes in failing to confront Ruto head-on and deal with him decisively, Ruto must learn from history and not make the same mistakes. And I agree with Ahmednasir up to that point, that one of the biggest mistakes Uhuru Kenyatta committed, and I remember during that time, I used to say them on this platform, was the fact that he allowed Uhuru Kenyatta allowed William Ruto to do whatever he wanted. William Ruto would go to political rallies, he would abuse he would just sit there, his allies would abuse Uhuru Kenyatta, he would spew propaganda. By the time Uhuru Kenyatta realized, it was already late. The mountain had gone, the country was going, and William Ruto had stamped his authority in Mount Kenya. Up to that stage, I also agree with Ahmednasir that if you were to remove Rigathi Gachagua today, there's going to be consequences. The worst consequence would be the rebellion by the mountain. But the fact is, if William Ruto can have Raila Odinga on his side, then the mountain can rebel, but no major impact is proceeding. A president should never allow his deputy to endlessly campaign against him, his government, and policies 24/7 in churches and in rallies. So on this, I disagree with him, because there's no way William Ruto can depart from what he began. We witnessed in the Republic of Kenya when Uhuru Kenyatta used to warn William Ruto against early campaigns, against Kutanga. But what happened? William Ruto proceeded. So William Ruto, who just did that 3 or 2 years ago, can now not come back and warn Rigathi Gachagua against early campaigns. And Rigathi Gachagua is a good student. He's actually following William Ruto's playbook. Let us proceed. A deputy president should never be allowed to abuse and undermine his boss 24/7. It just doesn't make sense. It's true. But it is William Ruto who allowed that to happen. Whatever we are witnessing today, we witnessed them when Uhuru Kenyatta was the president. Do unto you what you expect others to do unto you. That's exactly what is affecting William Ruto today. What he did to Uhuru Kenyatta is happening to him, which means he can't even make noise. It proceeds here. A deputy president who openly rebels against his boss, develops his own constituency over time, will run a parallel government and encourages and empowers opposition to the president and his government. This is exactly what William Ruto did. William Ruto decided to go out during the Tanga period. He created a parallel government so that there were people in government who even issue tenders under the instructions of the president. The police officers were only receiving instructions from Ruto, who was the deputy president then, not even Uhuru Kenyatta. And that this is going to encourage, he will create his own constituencies. Of course, that is exactly what Rigathi Gachagua is trying to do. And already he's kicking William Ruto out of the mountain. The statement proceeds. President Ruto should not make mistakes President Uhuru Kenyatta made in failing to confront Ruto when he was his deputy. He must cut Gachagua to size before he comes too big to handle. As Uhuru Kenyatta blatantly realized with his deputy, William Ruto, to his eternal regret. I agree. Because as things stand today, if we were to go for elections in the mountain and to give them Rigathi, Ruto, they're actually going to emerge. So in this video, I want us to do a critical analysis. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to dive in. But again, before I dive in, allow me to introduce you guys to LemFi. LemFi is a mobile money app for users in the UK, Canada, and the United States of America to send money back to Kenya. They offer the best exchange rates and the money will be delivered instantly into Mpesa account, Airtel Money account, and of course, if you want, directly into your bank account. You can use the link in the pinned comment to download the app. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, what are the options between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua? According to Grant Muller, William Ruto must cut Rigathi Gachagua to size. For me, William Ruto has only three options. The first option is to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. Of course, he can do that with the help of ODM. I think if he were to work on numbers, Rigathi Gachagua will be easily removed. And if removed successfully, within no time, Kenyans shall have forgotten about Rigathi Gachagua. But can that work? It cannot work. Because William Ruto fears the repercussions from the mountain. The mountain are likely to rebel against William Ruto. And of course, even right now, William Ruto is not even sure with the support he's getting from ODM party. So William Ruto can impeach him, but I don't think if that can work. Number two, he can force Rigathi Gachagua to resign. Just ask him, boss, lazima resign. But Rigathi Gachagua is a former DO. There's no way Rigathi Gachagua can just wake up one day and resign from the government. In fact, Rigathi Gachagua has already made it very clear that he's not going to move an inch from the government. So he's already made it very clear. So that's the second option for him to persuade Rigathi Gachagua to resign. And number three, William Ruto can decide to be another Kibaki. Just ignore whatever is happening, to whatever Rigathi Gachagua is doing. But the problem with ignoring is that with the time, Kenyans will start buying whatever Rigathi Gachagua is saying. And that's why it is important for the president not to really ignore him. So I don't know the option you think the president can apply. But what are the mistakes which, in my view, William Ruto is committing? Number one, Uhuru Kenyatta is underrating Rigathi Gachagua. He's wrong there. Rigathi Gachagua forced himself to be nominated as the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. He came from where? Rigathi Gachagua was nominated as a deputy president directly from first-term member of parliament. That's a fact. So he's underrating Rigathi Gachagua. But I think Rigathi Gachagua is well endowed financially. He's a grassroots person. Rigathi Gachagua adapts very fast, which means Rigathi Gachagua can easily give him a lot of political problems. The second mistake William Ruto is committing is that William Ruto is failing to listen to the ground. Sometimes I've been wondering whether the president we are witnessing on our TV making some pronouncements are the same president we used to know. Sometimes I question whether William Ruto is still okay. Why? Because look at it. The ground is telling Ruto, don't do this, he's doing that. Don't do this, he's doing this. And Rigathi Gachagua is taking advantage of those. Going outside there and telling Kenyans, this is it, this is it. We should not just make promises when roads and funds are not available. And lastly, William Ruto taking comfort in Raila Odinga. What will happen to William Ruto today if there's a fallout between him and Raila Odinga? Already there's a fallout between him and William Ruto. What will happen? I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.